Hey guys, what's going on? It's Waldo. Today we are here for episode number 22, I think. Yeah, it's got to be 22 of my Los Angeles Angels franchise here on Out of the Park Baseball 17. We are here at opening day. I decided to simulate ahead through spring training just to try to keep this video short. I think the goal now is to keep these around 20 to 25 minutes because that's 50 minutes, obviously is way too long. So I know I've said before that I want these videos to only be like 20, 25 minutes, but I think I can definitely do that. So we got through spring training pretty unscathed. Dylan Cousins, he was out for 5 to 6 weeks with a sprained thumb, but now you see he's only out for 1 week. And other than that, we only had one other minor injury, which is Carrasco. He was out for a couple weeks, but aside from that, we were pretty lucky, I suppose. If we look at the preseason predictions, so where are we? So we're supposed to finish first in the AL West with 103 wins. Astros 99-63, Rangers 87-75, Athletics 86-76, and the Mariners rounding out the pack at 71-91. We should be scoring 922 runs. Team average 278, 216 home runs, 40 stolen bases. We're supposed to have a team ERA of 387, 677 runs against, 1,258 Ks, 414 walks. We are supposed to have 2 of the top 10 hitters in Tellez and Trout. And for pitchers, we are supposed to have 1 of the top 10 pitchers in Jose Fernandez. And then just looking here, so the Brewers are supposed to win 104 games. The Dodgers are supposed to win 103. I'm just trying to see who's supposed to win over 100 games. It seems like only 3 teams, and the Yankees. The Yankees are supposed to win 100 games. The expansion teams, the Jacksonville Gimmicks, they're supposed to finish 61-101, and the San Antonio Pilots are supposed to finish 69-93. So it seems like they haven't had much luck. But once again, you have to remember they are an expansion team. They're trying to build up the team, build up the farm system. So you can't fault them for that. It seems like the Pilots have some talent in their lineup. It obviously could be a lot better, but it seems like they're not terrible. Their rotation isn't too bad. They have Moscott. They got this Chris Anderson guy, Tyler Pike. Their team's not all that bad. And then let's take a look at the Jacksonville Gimmicks. All right, and the Gimmicks. So they have, who's this? Nolan Fontana. They have Josh Morgan. All right. Preston Tucker, it looks like, yeah. And then who's this? Matt Barnes. So yeah, this team, I would say it's probably a little worse than the Pilots, but overall, it's not too bad, I guess. For an expansion team, you have to put that into perspective. What is this? What is this? Can I see how long they've been in the league? I think info and then history. So this is their 4th year in the league, so that's it's to be expected, I suppose. They've only played 3 full years. They're trying to build up the farm system. They're trying to build up all the talent that they possibly can. They have a ton of money to use, obviously, since, none of these guys are really on really big money contracts. But we'll see if they improve. Looking at the spring, we ended up finishing 21-7. I did not know we did that well. So hopefully that's a sign of good things. It seems like there's only 3 other teams in the league that won 20 or more games. Us, the Pirates, and the New York Mets. So we'll see what happens. I think what I will do is just cut out until we reach May, as I typically do. So I'll see you guys. Let's go to May 2nd, I suppose. Yeah, that's a good day. Okay, it is May 2nd. The team is 13-14. Just very, very inconsistent. We started off the year getting swept by the Texas Rangers. We took 2 or 3 from the Red Sox. Then we took 2 out of 4 from the Tigers, but then we took only 1 of 3 from the Royals. We took 2 or 3 from the Twins. We swept the Jacksonville Gimmicks. And then we only took 1 of 3 from the defending World Series champion Cleveland Indians. Took 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, and then we ended up getting swept by the Tampa Bay Rays. It seems like we should just not play on Saturdays because we lost all 4 of our Saturday games in pretty convincing fashion, I should say. But, not much you can do about that. So moving on to, let's actually just check how the team's doing, why we are not doing too well. So it's the pitching. So we're 5th in runs scored, 5th in batting average, 4th in OBP, 12th in home runs, 11th in stolen bases, but 13th in runs against, 15th in starters ERA, 9th in bullpen ERA, and 12th in defensive efficiency. Looking at our bullpen, Lively is off to a rough start, as is Reynaldo Lopez, but I'm sure they will go back down as time goes on. Even Moreno, he's off to a rough start, but everyone else seems to be doing okay. In terms of the rotation, it's just everyone's a complete, utter mess. Fernandez is the best pitcher, but his ERA is at 4.21. You'd like to bring that down. Carrasco has an ERA close to 5. Fulmer has an ERA close to 6. Quintana has an ERA just over 5. Tanaka has an ERA close to 8. We might have to find a different alternative for Tanaka. I don't really know who I have down in the minors that we can get. Maybe Austin Bain. Nah, he's a bullpen guy because he only has 2 pitches. His curveball's not good. Maybe Tanner Burns. Nah, he's another bullpen guy. He only has 2 pitches. Double A. I doubt there's anybody down here. Well, at least Miranda's still developing, so that's good, I suppose. Here's Foscalina, who is 23 years old. And that never really developed like I wanted it to. Who's available in the free agent market? Because we actually have money to spend. Free agents. If there's any good starting pitchers, I would not be opposed. So Yu Darvish is there, but I mean, what does Yu Darvish really do for us at this point? Carlos Martinez. I would not mind getting Carlos Martinez. In fact, since I really want to start doing better, I think I'm going to offer Martinez a contract. He wouldn't be compensation, so we should be good. 20. We'd still have, and this is only a 1-year deal, so yeah, this does not affect us for next year. So, where are we in the pitching? Okay, good. So by the time we get a response from what's his name, Carlos Martinez, we should have a pretty good idea on what we want to do. Actually, let's not do that. Let's go strict order and then go back to Tanaka. Yeah, he's 100% rested. Yeah, come on. Let's go back to Tanaka. Playing against his old team, the New York Yankees, and we got the hot loss, 2-8. So Tanaka, what is going on with Tanaka? So he's 0-4. He's made 6 starts, 28 2/3 innings, 7.53 ERA. He's allowed 43 hits, 24 earned runs, 6 home runs, 12 walks, 19 Ks. His whip is close to 2. He's allowed close to 2 home runs per 9 innings, 4 walks per 9 innings, 6 Ks per 9 innings. His BABIP is at 374. He's a negative win player, so I think definitely we're going to try to get this guy out of here. Because I thought he would be just, a solid addition for us, but he's just not doing well. His first start of the season, he went 1 2/3 and let up 7 earned runs. The next start, which seems to be his best start of the year, he went 7 innings, allowing 7 hits and 1 earned run, but he didn't get the W. His next start, 6 innings. It was a quality start, but he let up 11 hits, only 3 strikeouts. His next start, 3 2/3, 5 earned runs. Next start, 5 1/3, 4 earned runs. So yeah, we definitely got to get this guy out of the rotation. I wonder if he'd be willing to go to AAA. I wouldn't be surprised if he refused to be demoted. So I think I'm just gonna eat the money because this is ridiculous. I can't deal with this. So release, and it only adds $868,000 to our player expenses. So that's something that we needed to do. He was definitely one of the reasons why our pitching staff looked really, really bad. But that is that. So hopefully we get Carlos Martinez here pretty soon, because if not, I'm going to have to put either Lively or Colomb in the rotation. Probably Colomb, but we'll see. So the draft pool is being created. We won't have a high pick, and in fact, I don't remember if we have a pick at all, because I don't know if we did anything compensation-wise in the offseason. I honestly forget, but so it seems like a lot of pitchers, so a pitching-heavy class, it seems to be. So, let me just actually be safe here. So, I'm guessing Martinez will not sign. That would be nice if he did. He doesn't. So, let's put in, who has more stamina, Colomb or... Alright, so they're both the same. You're 100% rested, so we'll throw Colomb in there for a spot start, see what happens. He will be going up against the Oakland Athletics, so hopefully it goes well, and it does. So he got the win, but now we have Jose Quintana, injury diagnosis. Oh, 1 day, okay. And we got Carlos Martinez. Cool. Apparently his wife talked him into signing here. That's awesome. So let's go to Players DFA'd. Whoops. Players DFA'd. Put Carlos Martinez on the roster. Put Colon back into the bullpen. Did he really do that bad? Oh, wow. He didn't do good at all. Our offense bailed him out. Okay. Whoops. Oh, well. So we'll put Carlos Martinez in there. And yeah, there we go. So now what I think I will do is simulate up to the All-Star game, which I believe is in June, if I remember correctly. Unless it's, yep, okay, so now it's June 24th. So I'll simulate up to about then, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so like an idiot, I forgot about the first-year player draft, which is June 6th every year. I don't know why that didn't really cross my mind. But as you see, Dylan Cousins got injured yet again. Jose Quintana is out for 3 months. So I offered a contract to Raisel Iglesias because he was still out there. So I figured I'd bring him back, hopefully. Our pitching staff has really improved. I think getting Martinez definitely helped us out. Our bullpen has improved too. Aside from Lopez, but not too concerned. Colom's ERA is still high because of that rough start. I put Lively for a spot start, so that's why his ERA is looking a little high. Because I think he let up 5 or 6 runs and not too many innings because we didn't have a 4th starter yet. So I had to throw one of them in there. There we go. But you see we're 5th in runs scored, 5th in batting average, 3rd in OBP, 11th in home runs, which is a little bit surprising. 10th in stolen bases, 4th in runs against, 4th in starters ERA, 5th in bullpen ERA, and 6th in defensive efficiency. So we are looking a little better. But it is the first year player draft, so let's hop right in there. We do have a pick. We have the 22nd overall pick. So let's see if there's any guys available. I doubt there will be. All right, this Martinez guy's available, and our head scout seems to like him. Extremely hard sign, but he's going to be a bullpen guy. Like, I just don't want to draft bullpen guys in the first round. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, yeah, he's a relief pitcher. A lot of relief pitchers, it would seem. So that guy is an impossible sign, so we're not going to take him in the first round. Yeah, a lot of these guys, maybe we will have to take a bullpen guy in the first round. I don't know. It seems like a lot of these guys, they're not, all these guys, they're like 2-pitch pitchers, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to have to do. Yeah, because none of these guys, like, are going to develop a pitch. A third pitch, apparently, it would seem, which is unfortunate because I say it so often we need good starting pitching, but you can never have too much of it. I guess we'll go for this Eric Martinez guy, I suppose. He only wants $2 million. I mean, I guess, yeah, so we'll draft and meet the demand, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's the best thing we can do. Oh, I'm looking at all pitchers. Ah, you dumbass. All players. Let's go with that. Yeah, okay, here we go. So now we're getting somewhere. So we got this center fielder here, Michael Farland, who's a hard sign, but it seems like we could probably get him. Seems like he could be a solid addition to the team. We got this catcher here, Bill Frood, who's never going to hit for contact, or for an average, I should say, but his power is off the charts. Impossible sign, though, so we're not going to really take a look at him. Aaron Larson, a center fielder, another guy that seems like he could be pretty solid. I think we're going to go for that Michael Farland guy, because he only wants the recommended slot, so we're going to draft and offer him the slot until the next pick. So this closer is still here, Jonathan Turner. So he's supposed to have an elite changeup, a solid sinker. His curveball is going to need a bit of work. Poor competition level where he went. Yeah, I'm not going to take him. I'm not really too much of a fan of his. This guy looks like he could be pretty solid, I suppose. Pretty good pitching stats. What's his pitching looking like? A pretty solid pitcher, too, to be perfectly honest with you. Good stuff. Solid movement. Control is terrible, though. 3+ pitches. He's supposed to be a starter. Yeah, we'll take this guy. This guy, he's an impossible sign though. Yeah, out of high school. Yeah, okay. No, we're not gonna do that. Maybe this Armando Pierce guy, another solid guy. Looks like he could be good. Yeah, we're gonna take this Pierce guy, and he only wants the slot, and it's a normal sign. So draft and offer the slot. Next pick. And that closer finally got taken. How about this guy, this Ron? All right, he's never going to have control. We don't seem to have luck with guys that don't have good control. Todd Culver. All right, now here's a guy that could be a starter. He wants $2 million, though. I don't want to give him that in the, what is this, the 5th round? The 4th round. Anybody else maybe? Like Adam Wall, Adam Bingo Mall, Dale Richter. Okay, here's a guy that seems like he could be solid. Dale Richter, extremely hard sign, but he's fragile. I don't want to take that risk. Dustin Fording, bullpen guy. Impossible sign. This guy wants $2.6 million. He can avoid K's, plays really good defensive left and right field. Great speed. Who does our scout think we should take? He thinks we should take this Jason Cole fellow, a center fielder out of high school. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. And he only wants the slot, so yeah, drafting off the slot. And now, since I agree with that, I will let him do the rest of the draft. So what I'm going to do now is simulate ahead to, I don't know, I guess I'll go up to the sometime in July. I don't think I'm going to stop at the All-Star break because, once again, as I'm trying to get these videos down a little bit in time, because I know it's probably really difficult to watch 50 minutes in one sitting or even 2 or 3 sittings. I imagine that's a little annoying, but yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is simulate up to July-ish, I suppose, because let me just see how long this is going for, so hold on. Yeah, so we've been going for 25 minutes, so yeah, I'm just going to simulate up until July, and yeah. Alright, I know I said I'd go until July, but I figured I'd show you guys the All-Star rosters and give just a bit of an update on the team. So we had 2 All-Stars. We had Vizcaino and Mike Trout. The rest of the AL was Raul Alcantara, Garrett Cole, who's apparently now in the Royals, Caleb Cotham, Brandon Finnegan, Cameron Hill. So 60% of the Indians rotation made the All-Star game. Bobby Wall, Carter Capps, Ken Giles, Keone Kela, Jaxler Garcia, Chance Sisco, Garrett Stubbs, Bobby Bradley, Thomas Johns, Carlos Gimmick, Rougned Odor, Joey Gallo, Carlos Correa, Jurickson Profar, Bryce Harper, who was having a hell of a year, but I'm not salty about that. I'm still happy with the trade I made. Tyrone Taylor, Andrew Benintendi, Ryan Braun, who's also now in the Royals apparently, and Ryan O'Hearn. And then in the National League, Jesse Biddle, who apparently seems to be one of the best pitchers in this game at this point. Wow. Adrian DeHorta, Tyler Glasnow, Felipe Rivero, Chris Sale, Noah Syndergaard, Chris Vial, Anderson M. Polanco, Osiris Ramirez, Jacob Lindgren, Brandon Pinder, Buster Posey, Kenneth Sorensen, Striker Trahan, Cody Bellinger, Willie Calhoun, Alan Henson, Chris Bryant, Almeida Diaz, Brandon Rogers, Austin Meadows, Kyle Schwarber, Brett Phillips, Will Myers, Jorge Soler, and Alex Verdugo. The team is 43-32, 7 games back of the Houston Astros, but we are tied for the first wildcard spot with the Oakland Athletics, 5th in runs scored, 6th in batting average, 3rd in OBP, tied for 6th in home runs, tied for 11th in stolen bases, 5th in runs against, 6th in Stars ERA, 3rd in bullpen ERA, and 8th in defensive efficiency. We have 2 of our 3 starting outfielders on the disabled list. Well, not on the disabled. I'm not putting Guerrero Jr. on the disabled list, but he's out for 2 weeks. Conforto's out for 3 weeks. Quintana's still out for 2 months. So we currently have our Rule 5 pick, who I can't remember his name, which is pretty embarrassing. Holland. I was going to say Woodward for some reason, but Holland, he is currently playing, right field? Yeah, or left field, I should say. Actually, I need to call up an outfielder, I suppose, but looking at our minor league squads, most of these guys just got underway, like the Owls and the 2 rookie league teams. They just got underway, but the Burlington Bees, they're 1st. Inland Empire 66ers are 3rd. The Travelers are 4th, and the Salt Lake Bees are 3rd. Seems like Miranda's having a bit of a rough go of it in AA, unfortunately. Kind of hope he develops, but oh well. Lopez is really not helping out his cause. He's not gotten better, so we're going to demote him to AAA. Okay, so he has to clear waivers, which I'm fine with. I got to get him out of the bullpen. He's not helping us whatsoever. Lively and Colomb I'm fine with, and then the rest of the guys there I'm fine with. Iglesias has completely, the bed. Fernandez and Carrasco are doing good. Fulmer is, I guess, improving, and Martinez is he's doing better than Tanaka, I suppose. Tellez is having a really rough go. He's only hitting 225, albeit with 13 home runs, which is odd because he has a really good hit tool. He can hit for average. We've seen that before. McCullough is not repeating what he did last season, not surprisingly. I did figure he would regress a little bit, but not this much. I might bring up Windham to replace him. I'm not sure. Trout's having a good year. Uranus having a good year. Vlad Guerrero Jr. was having a good year before he got injured. Ramirez, that second baseman we signed, the international guy, he's having a great year, as is Zagunis, and even Dylan Cousins is doing really well. So I'm not too sure. I'm not going to make any trades. It just doesn't make sense at this point. I might sign guys from the free agent market because one of the benefits we have now with all this money is that we can sign free agents that other teams can't sign because we have all that money. You see, we have $24 million available, and there's a lot of appealing names here that I would not mind signing. Gregory Polanco was definitely interesting to me. One, because he'd only won a one-year deal at this point in the season. It's June 24th. He's done pretty well. Not pretty well. He's done very well. It seems like he's hit at least 280 every single year since 2017. He's hit over 300 twice. He seems to be good for about 15 to 20 home runs. Stolen bases, seems like he could help us out in that regard too. So I would not be opposed to signing Polanco. He's 30 years old, but he plays a really good defensive right field. Really good. He can hit for contact. He can hit for power. Great eye. He can avoid Ks. Good speed. Great all-around player. I think at this point in the season, this is definitely something we need, especially with 2/3 of our starting outfield on the disabled list. So we are going to offer a contract to Gregory Polanco. And he only wants 7.5 mils, so that's fine. And then going back, player info, free agents. See, this is also why I made that Bryce Harper trade and the Clayton Kershaw trade. Just like we have money now to like improve the team this late in the season. That's something we would not have had the flexibility to do if we had those guys still. And I think I'm also going to sign Bogarts because we need a different third baseman. McCullough's not cutting it. And Bogarts, he's not very fast, but he plays a really good defensive third base. He's a good all-around player when it comes to what he can do with the bat. So we're going to give him an opportunity to show what he can do. So, yeah. And he only wants 1.6 mil. Not that it matters because all these guys, their salary is going to be off the books after this year anyway. But that is that. So hopefully we get them because we definitely need some help. The team is not performing like I wanted it to. But there's not much you can do. It's the name of the game. We've seen before the team just, no matter how good I can make this team, there's always something that happens, injuries or people underperforming or, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Which is unfortunate, definitely, but there's just not much we can do. I don't know why I'm at Xander Bogaerts' player screen still. I don't know why I decided not to do that, but let's just hold on here. So it seems like Fielder got 2,000 hits. That's Prince Fielder. And an international free agency actually begins in a couple days, so I guess it's good that I am simulating up to there. I was going to try to get the whole season into this video, but I don't think we're going to do that. So Arturo Moreno, he says, so we're in a good position to make the playoffs. All I could say is, wow, oh wow. Payroll is up, apparently. I would love an explanation why you're completely ignoring my instructions. Well, you got to do that to build a good team, homie. He sees some progress in increasing profits. We're going to need a new pitching and hitting coach. I would not be opposed to bringing back Mike Maddox. Steve Lyons, how has he done? How have we... I would not be opposed to maybe just looking at another hitting coach, but I don't know. We'll figure that out when the season ends, but... Yeah, so international free agency begins here in a couple of days here, coincidentally with our start against a series with Houston, which is a big series. Wow, a lot of mail. Let's see. Kind of hoping that we get... Okay, so the free agency period started. We got both those guys. So one thing at a time here. Let's go to rosters and transactions. Let's put Lopez down in the minors. Let's put Polanco on the team. Let's put Bogarts on the team. Let's put Guerrero on the DL, but it'll be retroactive since he hasn't played in a while. So, yeah, retroactive to June 17th. So 11-day DL. So what we're going to do is we're going to put McCullough down in AAA because it's clear that he is not having a really good season. Holland's not having a good season either, but he's only a backup and he plays good defense, so I'm not too concerned. We'll throw Bogaerts in there at third base because he plays really good there, and we'll put Gregory Polanco out in right field. Now, who was my second baseman? Where's that guy? Oh, yeah, Ramirez. And then Holland can fill in until Conforto gets back, or whoever. I guess Guerrero will be coming back first. So that's that. So, yeah, catcher, second base, right field. Okay, so now who is the fastest guy we have? Because now we need a new leadoff hitter. Actually, let's bat Polanco leadoff at this point, I suppose. And then, yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah, that's a fine lineup. So we're just going to copy, and then we're just going to paste all the way around here. Paste, and then paste, and then paste the lineup and paste the depth chart. Okay, so we got those two guys. Looking at the pitching, we need another relief pitcher, definitely. Lively, we're going to keep him in there. Actually, no, we're going to get rid of Lively too, because I'm trying to go all in this year. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are this? We're like 7 years in here. We're still not making any progress, so we're going to demote him to AAA. Do I have anybody down in AAA? This Arvelas guy. He only has one pitch, though. His slider is not very good. He thinks he should be playing in the majors, though, so he's 24 years old. I feel like hitters would just tee off on that slider, though. That's why I don't want to bring him up. Is there another guy, maybe, that I could bring up? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. This Tobias Myers guy. Alright, yeah, I could bring him up. It seems like he's a starter down there. I would not mind putting him in the bullpen, though. So, yeah, we'll call up Tobias Myers. So he can be our middle relief guy, number 1. And then number 2, we can get... not Ryder Green. Ryder Green would be fine. Yeah, we'll call up Ryder Green. I know he's a starter down there in Salt Lake, but we will call up Ryder Green, put him in middle relief role. Hopefully they do better. Iglesias is really shitting the bed, so maybe that wasn't the best signing, but oh well, there's nothing really we can do about it at this point. So let's just see who's available in the international amateur market. So starting pitching, that is exactly what we need. So it seems like he's going to have 3++ pitches. His curveball is never going to develop into anything special. I'm just trying to see who I want to like throw money at. Not too sure. Maybe I guess that Orellana guy would be the move, huh? Or this guy actually. Yeah, let's go with Velasquez. Yeah, let's go with Velasquez. Vicente. So this is a very okay. Let's go for Velasquez and Vicente. Yeah, and they don't want that much because I guess okay. So offer contract. Let's try to avoid a bidding war here. So let's just go 1.3 for you, and then let's go back, and then let's try to get the Vicente guy. He only wants 230,000, so let's just try to avoid a bidding war right off the bat. Let's go 900,000. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's that. So, yeah, I think that's all I want to do. It seems like Miranda's on a hot streak, which is good. So, I don't know. I hope the team does well now at this point, because we really needed to. You see, we're 7 games behind Houston, so this 3-game series is really big. We could pull up to 4 games. Oakland's tied with us. The good thing, though, is that it seems like Texas and Seattle aren't really in the race at this point. Oh, excuse me. If we check the standings, so we're 3.5 up on the Twins, and then 6.5 up on the Orioles. So I mean, it seems like we have a good buffer. Wow, the Twins are on a really big hot streak, 7 in a row. They are 9-1 in their last 10 games. We're 7-3 though. So yeah, okay. So let's just oops, I don't know why I did that. Yeah. So I think now what I'll do is simulate to the end of July and just see where this team is at. And yeah. So I will be back on July 31st. All right. So it is July 20th. Mike Trout just got injured. He's out for the rest of the season. 6 to 7 months. So I guess signing Polanco turned out to be good because, obviously we had 4 outfielders, but now since Trout's gone, we only have 3. So the good thing, obviously, is that we have Conforto, and he was on a rehab assignment, but, oh, whoops. What? Oh, I didn't put him on the DL yet. Whoops. Okay. So that's unfortunate. That definitely puts a big wrench in our quest for the postseason. Put him on the 60-day DL. Conforto. Seems like Winham's developing again, so that's good. Lively is, I guess he's doing all right. But now let's put, I don't know, I guess we'll put Polanco in center and Conforto in left. Left field, and then, I don't know. What should the lineup be? How's Tellez doing? All right, so he's doing a lot better. He's on a hot streak. I don't know. Who should we bet? I don't like that, like, the whole 4 lefties thing, and then potentially 5 lefties if we lit off an inning with Cousins. So I think we'll put Zagunis at second. Or not at second. You guys know what I mean. How is Bogarts doing? Bogarts is really not doing well. I know Polanco is doing good. Yeah, Polanco's doing great. So maybe lead off with I mean, Conforto, maybe, I don't know. I feel like maybe, yeah, I feel like that's fine. Conforto batting 6th, and then, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Why not? So copy depth chart, paste the lineup, and paste the depth chart. So as you see, we are 59 and 39. So we're 20 games above 500, but we are still 7 games back of the Houston Astros. And I mean, it's just difficult because, if we were a little more consistent towards the start of the year, I think we would have been fine. Oh, we got both those international amateur guys, by the way. But if we were like more consistent, like at the beginning of the year, I think we would have been fine. But it's just difficult to compete with like Houston because obviously they're really, really good team. Seems like Oakland's fallen off the pace just a bit. But you see Houston's at 66 wins. I imagine they're one of the better teams in the league if we go check the standings. Yeah, they are tied with the Pirates for the best record in the league. So, I mean, it's pretty hard to compete with that. But the good thing, though, is we are 2.5 up on the Minnesota Twins. And we are 4.5 up, I believe, on the Oakland Athletics. So, at least we're building like a buffer between us and the other wild card teams. So I mean, I think definitely we're gonna make the playoffs this year, no doubt about it. But I think at the same time, it would have been nice to like avoid the wild card game. It seems like we can't like really avoid that because anything can happen in the wild card game. I mean, it's one game, winner take all. I mean, it's not. It's a little unfortunate, especially like if we ended up winning like 95, 97 games and we end up like losing in the wild card. It is unfortunate, but there's obviously not too much we can do. So let me just simulate up ahead one more day, and then we'll get to July 21st, which I suppose is close enough. Let me just see how long we've been recording for, so hold on. All right, so we've been recording for a while, so I'm just going to stop here. So 16:39 at July 21st. I can't be upset with that. I mean, we've won 60 games, and we're 7 games out. I mean, it's not our fault that the Houston Astros have 67 wins. It's very difficult to compete with that. It seems like our lineup is doing pretty well, aside from Bogarts, but you got to remember we just signed him, so we're going to give him some time. It seems like our pitching rotation, aside from Iglesias and Fulmer, is doing okay. Our bullpen, aside from Ryder Green, is doing good. It seems like Myers is doing pretty solid up here. So that's how the team's looking. Obviously, the injury to Trout, that's a big loss. Quintana will be back in 5 weeks, so I think we can bear with this rotation for now, and then we'll kick either Fulmer or Iglesias out. I'm leaning towards Iglesias, but I don't know. We'll see. But be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. There will be a video tomorrow, but it will just be a vlog explaining the schedule for the channel because the OSFM rosters for MLB The Show came out, so I just want to give you guys just a reminder about my new schedule because that actually goes into effect this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed. New video tomorrow. As always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.